Dear viewer, hello and welcome to this Politicrat Dispatch. My name is Omar Moore, host of the Politicrat podcast, of course, and I do hope that you get to listen to it. It's on Apple and on Spotify and also numerous other podcasting platforms. I'm here on this particular day to talk a little bit about the most recent podcast episode release for the Politicrat, which is about the Democrats. And I think some people who listen to this episode may not like what they hear. But I think it has to be said. And if you are able to listen to the episode, and I hope you do, you will hear me chronicle 10 years of President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and the Democratic Party on the national level, specifically from the years 2015 through 2024, those 10 full years in which what I'll be doing is chronicling rather, some of the events that took place during those 10 years that I argue really have a bit, not everything, but quite a bit to do with where we are in this precious and really critical moment in 2025. I'm not saying that they are entirely at fault for getting to where we are with who's in the White House, but I am saying, and as you listen to the episode, you will see I document a lot of different things that got us to this moment. And the Democratic Party and some, if not all of the people I have just mentioned, had a real part or some part to play in it. Now, I urge you to listen to the episode, which I released today. I recorded it on Thursday, July the 31st, 2025. I only released it today, however, and I really do urge you to listen to it. I actually have put a link to the episode that will link you to the Apple Podcast edition of the episode. I put that in the comments here, in the description, I should say, in this video here on YouTube. So I really hope that you do listen to this. Let me know what you think about what you heard. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I really would love to hear from you. Now, look, I understand. Look, I'm not saying that this is the entire fault of the Democratic Party. I'm not saying that, but I really would urge you to listen to this. And I also recognize we have a lot of things that we have to do now in terms of being aware politically, in terms of voting, which is very important, and also to vote locally. Local elections are very important. Vote in every election, not just in the midterms, not just in the national election, but vote in every local election. Every election that is in your jurisdiction, you need to be able to vote in it. You need to vote in it. I urge you to do that because it's very, very important. And I also urge you to listen to the Politicrat. It's on practically every day. Yours truly, Omar Moore. And of course, this latest episode about the Democrats and President Obama, President Biden, and Vice President Harris as well. I go through the whole thing and I really hope you listen to it. I've also put out some other recent episodes, including The Survivors, an episode called Survivors. And of course, it's about the survivors who have bravely come forward to fight back against Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, who, as you know now, has been moved to a very nice, cushy prison in Texas. Look, I'll get into that on another episode on another day, but I really would love for you to listen to the most recent episode, which I did release today, recorded yesterday, on the Democrats, President Obama, President Biden, and Vice President Harris over a 10-year stretch. And before that, an episode called Survivors, which of course tells the story of the survivors in their own words, not in the words of anyone else for the most part, but strictly in the words for the most part of the survivors of the horrors and evils of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Too often we hear about the sensationalism, if you can really sensationalize something as disgusting, as evil, and as heinous as this, and the politics of it, but we don't hear nearly enough focusing on the survivors and the stories they have to tell. And I think it's way overdue and way past time that many more of us did that. And so I definitely am one of the people who wants to do that and has done it with the episode called Survivors. And again, that episode plus this most recent episode that I've been talking about for most of this video on President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and the Democrats is available now at the Politicrat, and it's on Apple, Spotify, and numerous other podcasting platforms. Thank you for listening and watching. Please subscribe to this particular YouTube channel. Like this video, spread the word, pass this video around, and also please subscribe on Substack as well. I'll put the links to those in this particular description as well. The Substacks are M as in Mike, OOREO.substack.com, and also politicrat.substack.com. Thank you very much indeed, and have a good rest of your day and your weekend. Be well and take care.